and a big booty bitch to go with it.
Break them off, son.
It's really a shame. Young brothers and sisters today have a lack of understanding of what it really means to be black.
Could you tell me who unleashed our animal instinct? And the black man sitting there tickle pink, laughing at us
on the avenue.
Busting cops at each other after having brew. We can't
Enjoy ourselves.
Too busy jealous
At each other's wealth.
coming up just in me.
But the black community is full of envy. Let's go.
Too much backstabbing. While I look out the window, I see all the japs grabbing every vacant lot in my neighborhood. Build a store and sell their goods.
Let's go.
Now be hearing big lips. 4 or 5 babies.
Make sure y'all get in here and hit that like button.
We ain't nothing but porch monkeys
To the average
bigot.
redneck. Hey,
Yes, I'm coming up. There's a must, but before we can come up,
take a look at us. Take a look at us. And that's what we're going to do tonight. I want to welcome y'all in here. Be sure tonight to tune in. It's going to be an explosive show tonight. Real Talk Tuesday. Going down at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay, definitely we're going to address the gun violence that is running wild in the community, the communities of Williamsburg and Georgetown County. And, you know what I mean? We're going to have some conversation on about what could be done, what isn't being done, and that whole rabbit hole. We're going to go down that tonight. Again, Real Talk Tuesday. If you haven't already, first of all, I want to welcome all the new followers over here. All right. I want to welcome all the new followers over here. Thank you for taking time to hit that follow button. Again, welcome over here to Welcome to Andrews, the podcast. What I ask you to do is to get involved with the conversation that we having. Again, share this information out. It is community-based. Tonight will be a Real Talk Tuesday, and I promise you that. One of the things that has been being said is, what about the parents? You know what I mean? What can be done about the parents? And so that's one of the topics that we're going to talk about tonight too, is why isn't there? What, you know what? Let me set the stage right here first by doing this. What are we talking about? Why are we here? What's going on? Why are we repeatedly having this conversation? Because this incident right here took place in King Street, South Carolina on this past Saturday. And this happened in a vape shop in King Street, South Carolina, right? Is that? And you hear him voice, is that whoever the person is? He said, I'm sure they got a clearer version of that. And immediately starts firing on this person. Okay. And so this happened in the middle of the day. I was literally on the way to King Street while this was happening. Okay. I was literally on the way to the King Street while this was happening. And listen, let me say this too, to those who inboxing me about me posting this video. I am turning your name over to law enforcement. I am not a gangster. I don't play gangster on the internet. I don't play none of that with that. I let law enforcement do their job. I show up to court. I will testify. And so just know, you inboxing me, I'm turning your name over to, you know what I mean, to your pages. And a lot of you do a lot of self-snitching on your pages. You know what I mean? Really, a lot of self-snitching on your pages. So I'd be careful with all that self-snitching, because you can get yourself in a lot of trouble. You know what I mean? Just trying to be cool. I'll give you some advice that my uncle gave me a long time ago. He said, it's all right to be cool. Just don't be a cool fool. I'm going to say that again. It's okay to be cool, but just don't be a cool fool. Yeah, make sure you tune in tonight. Real Talk Tuesday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The conversation is going to be a great one. I'm expecting to have Attorney Caesar McKnight on. I've seen people coming at him like, "Hey, what are you doing?" He hit him with the, first of all, I'm not a public official. Okay, that's number one. Let's start there. And number two, just because somebody holds the title, or they earned the title, of becoming an attorney, they worked and went through and passed all the tests and did everything they were supposed to do. That does not automatically hold them, especially if he's not a prosecutor or nothing like that, responsible for what's going on in the community. However, that doesn't stop him from being a concerned citizen about what's going on in the community. You would think everybody would want to be concerned about what's going on in the community. But let me share this with you guys right here. Get your thoughts on this. Again, tonight we're gonna expand these conversations out far. When I say out far, I mean this ain't your regular, we talking. We're gonna have some conversations. That's probably, if the conversation is any good, somebody's gonna be offended by it, especially when it's true. And we'll dig into this tonight, but here we go.
Andrew, Jen, the charge is statute 63570 in legal terms, but also known as unlawful conduct towards a child. Now, Solicitor Richardson says this is sort of a blanket law. It can cover anything from gun charges to alcohol or drugs. In the courts, the unlawful conduct towards a child law is what parents could face if your child is in possession of your gun in an illegal way, opening up the question of, would a parent be charged if their kid brought a gun to a public place, like a school?
Yeah, that would, just by the fact that the kid has access to a gun, whether or not handgun, whether or not they take it to school or not, that's the responsibility of the parents.
Solicitor Richardson says risk of harm could be looked at as physical, mental health, or safety of the child that is put in jeopardy. But when does it become a responsibility that falls on the child? Well, Solicitor Richardson says there actually is a number for that.
Our system is set up to handle children from 12 on up.
Is there a reason why 12 is the specific number?
I think it has more to do with you just got to pick a number. There's nothing any different about a kid that's 11 years old and 334 days as 12 years old.
And Solicitor Richardson says there are steps to...
And I'll say this, because what some of you are probably saying now, well, some of these kids aren't, they're not in they 20, they 18, you know what I mean? Well, they're 18 and they 20 and they homeless. Not in the sense that they're living on the street, but they're not homeowners. So, I'm a little dictatorial when it comes to me. That's why you should never elect me for any kind of public position, because what I'm saying is wherever they land at, somebody around there know that this person's has a gun. And if they don't have a gun, then everybody that at that address is responsible. That's probably a little extreme, but I don't know. Is it that extreme to ask you to hold your family member accountable? All right, we got little Johnny again. Let's go, Grandma, Granddaddy. Come on, Papa, Mama. Uncle Earl, come on, you going to jail too.
Determine how the charges are applied. He adds both parent and child can be reprimanded in court of law if both are found guilty.
The child will be charged themselves for that once they reach a certain age, around 12, 13, 14.
And that's even if, say, the parents were taking the smart steps and putting the gun into a safe, things like that. Could a parent still be charged?
No, if a child, if the parent had acted reasonably, and the gun, the weapon, the dope, whatever, were in a safe, and they didn't give the access code to the child, and the child somehow broke into the safe, that is not being unreasonable.
Now,
yeah, if you were talking about parents back in there's a case in court right now with this rapper, and his mom did exactly what the lawyer was saying, gave him access to the code, and she got on the stand and lied and said no, only to be proven a liar through text messages, through phone records. that she did, that the child had access to the safe, the kid knew the code. So you really can't trust a parent in these cases. Like, you really can't trust the parent, you know what I mean? Because I love my child and I wouldn't. Then your child didn't get to this point just out of the damn blue. Because if that was the case, you'd have more. I just drowned a little motherfucker because he's a little. I seen that he was a demon spawn. No, you're doing demonic stuff around them. You're raising them. What is that? You're raising them for the streets. You're raising them for the streets. Just don't just start. Just, you know what I mean? Like, it starts around the time they start putting them on medication when they have a problem sitting still in class, because they weren't properly trained at home prior to getting to school. Only a fool thinks the school is supposed to educate your child. Let me say that again. Only a fool thinks it's the schoolhouse's responsibility to educate your little child. I saw in the comment section somebody said about this video right here that I'm about to put up. Let me find it. Okay, here we go. They said that I saw somebody who's like, ain't no way nobody don't know who one of these little Thundercats are. Now, to be fair, at first, I thought this was a AI video, because I kept, but now that part right there I added on there. I was just making a point that this ain't nothing new. Matter of fact, that song I was playing when this thing came on was from 30 years ago. It's a song by Ice Cube. It's called Us. And you should go check it out and listen to it. And just to drive home the point that nothing's new under the sun. Okay. Idiots picking up guns, doing bad things is nothing new. You know what I mean? This has been going on, I guess, since the beginning of time. But I mean, look at this on the. Do I have it on the screen? Talking like I do. Oh, what's up there? Yeah, and I remember they crushed Hillary Clinton. It was like, she's a racist when she said this back in '96. Like, people act as if the crime bill came out of just pure racism. Let's just figure out how to punish these hardworking, innocent Black folks. When businesses are going to stop coming to King Street. King Street is sitting in a unique and a very vulnerable position right now. And I'm speaking to the city leaders right now, because obviously you can't catch on to what's going on. King Street is considered the crown of the new Black River State Park. Okay, so this is where it begins. This is the head of it, right? This park that winds down the Black River for 70 miles all the way down to Rocky Point down in the Chapee community, right? And King Street sits at the head of this. A lot of people listening to this, a lot of people that's going to be tuning in tonight have no clue as to what's going on. Okay, this is the first state park built in over 20 plus years in the state of South Carolina. And businesses are looking. Pay attention to what's going on in Andrews under some good leadership. Businesses are looking to see, hey, is it safe for me to plant a flag here? Will I have an incident in my store? These are not isolated incidents in incidences, I guess that's the word, in King Street. So if I'm a business owner and I see this floating around on the internet, I would have, unless I'm selling bulletproof vests or some type of, you know what I mean? And look at the guys just standing there with his hand in his pocket. He need to join the military. He battle ready. Like he can go on the battlefield right now, close combat, infantry. I'll talk to the mayor tonight about getting him signed up, whoever he is. We got to find out who he is, guys. Because he could be, boy, you could be a decorated soldier with that kind of heart. And they want to ban high capacity weapons. I want y'all to look at this picture right here, right? This video that's going across the screen. And think about the idea of them banning high capacity rifles, ARs, you know what I mean? Rifles that you got a lot of bullets in, basically. Let's break it down to that. That's what that means. And then now think about yourself in a place and you look on your camera, your system, and you see this coming at you. About how long do you think it's going to take before the police reach you? How long will you be able to hold these people off until some help get to you? So if you're one of these people that's standing there saying, ban these things, because obviously this is happening. And I'll say this about this video. Again, I thought it was AI, but it was confirmed by the Williamsburg County Sheriff's Office that this is in fact the video. That means that this is real. This happened. And you mean to tell me all them boys, they got their own apartments, their own place, they living by themselves? Anyway. The key is to tune in tonight. There's no answers, just conversation. There's real talk. Tune in tonight. I'm out.
In times of trouble, you need someone who knows the law, knows the community, and knows how to fight for you. The law offices of Caesar McKnight, right here in Kingstree, South Carolina, is committed to protecting your rights and protecting your future. From criminal defense, personal injury, to family law. When the stakes are high, experience matters. And so does someone who listens. Call today and get a competent, passionate, and effective legal team on your side. Because when life hits hard, you don't have to go through it alone. The law offices of Caesar McKnight, justice for real people, serving the Kingstree and surrounding South Carolina communities. Call now or visit the website today or stop by for a free consultation.